Hello and welcome to the Anime Madness Podcast. I'm your host, HenDiddy, and I'm joined here today with four of the lovely peeps. We got Killer Cope 412 with us.
Hello.
We got the head of the Jaegers, Taco.
Hi.
And the man full of bones, Skeletony.
Hello.
We're back. We kind of forgot yesterday. So we will be doing Elusive Samurai review this upcoming Saturday. And we'll have our first episode of Season 4 next Sunday.
Whee!
Which reminds me, as soon as we're done with this, I gotta close. Oh, let me put the announcement in now because nomination says already closed.
Oh,
Yep,
What's that?
nominations are closed. I'll have the voting up either during, I'll work on it during this or right after we finish this. But that will be up until voting will be up till Friday night.
makes sense to me.
But today we are going to be doing Debate or Destroy Episode 4, Bleach.
Paint or destroy Bleach. More like all of us here like Bleach, except for maybe Taco.
No, Taco
I
likes it.
think Bleach.
Not to the same degree we do.
Correct.
It's a
Yeah,
team.
Bleach is in my top 3. I believe Bleach is Cope's number 1.
I gotta redo my list after watching some things.
And then, well, it's your number 2, right, Tony?
Yes. Because I haven't consumed any form of anime media in the longest time. However, I've been reading webtoons a whole bunch, and man, they are good.
I need to catch up on a lot of shit, including the latest season of Bleach that just finished. But first arc, we have the Agent of the Shinigami arc, or better known as the Substitute arc. So this is when Ichigo first gets his powers, and everything leading up to Ichigo's first encounter with Byakuya. So episodes 1 through 20. I don't have the chapters, but I think all of us watched the anime, and I'm the only one that's read the manga.
I believe that would be correct.
So, but if you're a viewer and you've read the manga, I do not know what chapter it is. The site I'm referencing to get the official arc names does not have the chapters listed. But episode 1 through 20. I feel like it had the strongest start out of the big 3.
Probably.
I disagree.
Quickest big moment. You figure Luffy's isn't until the end of the. I would say the end of the first episode for its first episode when he punches out Alvida. Naruto's is at the end of the first episode when he does the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Bleach is like a quarter of the way through the episode. With Fishbone D. So I feel first episode standpoint, it has the strongest start out of the big 3.
I don't think
Stronger than
so.
One Piece. Definitely stronger than One Piece.
What one do you think is stronger, Taco?
Naruto's.
But the quickness of it. Naruto's that comes at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Bleach's is like a quarter to halfway through the episode.
Doesn't mean it's the strongest start.
I think it is because you're sitting there. It's the first episode, and the main character's family is already on their deathbed, basically.
Yeah, but the build up to Naruto's is so much better.
And you get a transformation right out the gate.
The build up to Naruto's is still so much better.
What about you, Cope? What do you think?
Honestly, I'd say Naruto and Bleach with the startup would be pretty even. Yeah, Bleach, it's halfway through the episode, and yeah, Naruto's is at the end of the episode, but honestly, it doesn't really differ much.
Either way, it's first episode.
Yeah, either one is first episode, whether it happens halfway through or at the end, it kind of hits equally.
Moving forward to like more episodes in, I would say Bleach takes it then as well. For main simple fact, if you get fights right away in Bleach with more hollows showing up, to where Naruto kind of falls off until the Land of Waves, which is what episode did the Land of Waves start on?
Ah, that's a good question.
10, I think.
Um, it's technically that first episode is considered the Land of Waves, but I would say like Kakashi's training in like episode, what was that, 4, 3 or 4?
Oh, that's a good episode.
You had the bell, and then you have the Land of Waves arc, which I think it's probably like somewhere between 7 and 10. To where almost every episode of Bleach, there are a couple misses in these first 20. There is still like a fight almost every single episode with hollows. And One Piece, I mean, the next biggest thing you get after Alvida is Zoro and Morgan incident, which that was just a one-sided affair. And then
How could you forget Buggy?
that's after Zoro at Shellstown.
It's like directly after.
It's right after Shellstown. You're not wrong. But we're looking in like the grand, like the 1 to 5 episode, like where someone like for a shorter episode you would do like the 1 to 3 episodes to try it out. Now definitely do not do that with any of the big 3, because that's like you're getting nothing out of those episodes basically.
What do you mean? I'm finding out everything about the big 3 all right there. I'm learning that Naruto is a little crybaby bitch. Luffy is the goofiest motherfucker known to mankind, and Ichigo is a child still.
Ichigo's the most mature out of the 3 of them.
He's still a child.
He's the oldest, or no, Luffy's the oldest actually in the first episode.
Hmm?
Luffy's 17, Ichigo's 15.
No, Ichigo and Naruto, I'm pretty sure, right?
Naruto's like 12.
Yeah, in episode 1, yeah.
Yeah. And then he's 16 at the start of Shippuden. So where Luffy's currently is 19 after the time skip. And in Thousand Year Blood War, Ichigo is either 19 or going on 19. Because Orihime is going on 20.
18 at the end of the, whatchamacallit, Fullbring.
Okay,
It's crazy though.
so
Naruto
he's still
starts off as
18.
the youngest, and now he's the oldest.
Yeah, Naruto now and Boruto is what, 43?
Almost like
He's in his 30s, I thought.
degrees.
I thought he was in his 40s. Well, Goku's 44.
Well, he's not in the big 3.
No, he's the father of it.
Yes, he is.
And Shonen Jump officially confirmed that Ichigo is the father of the new gen.
Eh.
Ichigo ain't got children. Actually, that's not true. He does. Kind of.
He's 32 in Boruto.
Ichigo is 32 in Boruto. Bro, when did he get there?
No, that's Naruto. Ichigo is 29 in the current manga of Bleach.
Huh. He's 29?
Yes, he is 29. Which by the end of Thousand Year Blood War, he turns 19.
Okay.
Because all I'll say is the war ends on July 15th. It literally ends on his birthday.
It's an important day. His
Oh, where they got that idea from?
15 has a huge play on with Ichigo, just like 56 for Luffy.
aim.
Because Ichi and Go are 1 and 5.
Yeah.
And then Gomu is 5 and 6 for Luffy.
I was only saying that because the war arc for Naruto ended on his birthday. Ironic.
Yeah. Well, when did that chapter come out?
I don't know.
When,
I wasn't
when,
reading it.
when did the war end in Naruto manga?
I have to interrupt you real quick. Don't make no plans on Sunday. We just got 4 free tickets to the Steeler game. All right.
All right.
Oh shit.
Do. 20. So it was 2014. Bleach was in 2016. So
Naruto did it first. No.
Naruto did it first.
Technically speaking, you could say anything did it first by like looking at any piece of media. It's a common trope.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Big events happen on main characters' birthdays.
Either way, we're
Usually.
on first arc of Bleach. I still think you look at Romance Dawn, which is everything through Shellstown of One Piece. That's the first arc. You look at Naruto, which is the Ascension to a Genin arc, which is everything before Land of Waves. And you look at the Substitute Soul Reaper arc for Bleach, which is the first 20 episodes. Bleach has the longest first arc. So, of course, it's going to have more stuff in it. But I do feel like Bleach has the strongest first arc out of the big three. And the only reason why I'm comparing it to the big three is since we've already gone over Naruto and One Piece. And we're finishing out the big three on this episode of Debate or Destroy. Just go through and go over stuff comparing each of them. They're all great in their own rights. We all have our own opinions about them.
Don't be like those people that are like, you can't like this because this is so much better objectively.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
not objectively better.
I don't hate Naruto. I just like a lot of different series over it. But looking, the first arc of One Piece is only like 4 or 5 episodes. I think by episode 6 they're in Orangetown. Once again, that's if I'm remembering that correctly, because that was over 1,000 episodes for me. Yeah, episode 5 they're in Orangetown. So One Piece's first arc is literally 4 episodes. For Naruto, its first arc is 6 episodes. Episode 7 starts the Land of Waves arc. So looking at it like that, that's another reason why I feel like Bleach has the strongest start. But then again, some people think longer arcs are bad.
I would say they're silly. More material does not mean bad. It just means there's
Yeah,
more
because
material.
people got on Wano for being the longest arc in One Piece, being almost 200 chapters, I believe.
Wow, that's crazy. An arc in One Piece being like 200 chapters.
I think. I know it was.
800 long chapter series at that point. That's nothing.
I mean, it was 200 plus
No,
episodes.
It was 190 episodes. It was more than 200 chapters, I believe, because it ended with chapter 1034. Wano was 149 chapters, 909 to 1057, with 195 episodes from 908 to 1085. So
No, Wano started on 894. Damn it.
I can understand like getting on a long arc animation wise, especially if the pacing shit Toei.
But you're the Toei 12. What do you mean? The most important, consistent tool.
I mean, they are consistent. They are pretty adamant about staying. They're very adamant about staying a year behind the manga, for the main simple fact of not having to pause for filler. Which like the break that One Piece anime is on now isn't because they're catching up to the manga either. It was along the lines of they want to change things up with the animation with what's coming up. You know what's coming up, Tony.
Yep.
And they feel like they can do better with the animation, which I don't understand how. Like, y'all all saw the Garp walk, didn't y'all?
He's a big stepper.
Like, I don't know how they're going to get better than what they're currently doing, because right now they have the best animation out of anything out right now, and that is saying a lot, seeing that Bleach was going on. But I feel like a starting arc, your first arc of your series, especially if it's going to be a long-running one, I don't mind it having a bit of a length to it to get everything explained so you're not confused halfway through the series. Now, some progress differently, like Naruto progressed completely differently because it was like, oh, I became a ninja, I'm going on missions. One Piece, I don't even know how to explain the East Blue. A lot of people just call the East Blue its own arc now, and don't break it up.
Describe East Blue. I think East Blue is definitely a better experience than, like...
Oh, you include all of East Blue together, all the way from Romance Dawn to Twin Capes? I would say...
Not together, but it's pretty important to, like, lump them together, like, to a degree. Yeah. Because they are all the same. Like, you're trying to keep it together because they're the ocean.
But then you look at it, it's like, okay, then you have the Paradise side of the Grand Line. So everything from Twin Capes all the way to Sabaody. And then the New World, Return to Sabaody all the way to present day. Like, you can't call each of those their own arc.
No. But that's like the categorization of it. It was like, the East Blue Saga is all arcs under, like, or in the East Blue Ocean.
Because it's only 61 episodes for the entirety of the East Blue.
That's how I would do it, at least.
And then I believe the first half of the Grand Line, Paradise, Attack on Titan. What the fuck am I saying? Maybe that's what we'll do next time. Next Debate or Destroy is AOT.
That one is gonna be fun.
I was expecting to hear Taco before you.
I'm answering for Taco.
Yeah, that's
opinion. I think it's gonna be a fun one anyway.
That's
we are so opinionated on AOT that it clashes against each other.
It's gonna be me and Tony versus y'all three.
I'd be so sure about that.
And Sage isn't really gonna be on either side.
He's just gonna be like, "Hi, I miss Bleach. I'm just here."
Pretty much.
But I think first arc wise, I can't remember what I gave Naruto's first arc. I think did we include Land of Waves in Naruto's first arc? Or was that the second arc? I can't remember.
I don't know, dude. Whenever it comes down to fucking arcs, I'm lost.
I know I gave Romance Dawn like a 7. But is there any gripes that y'all have with the substitute Shinigami arc from Bleach?
I will be right back.
All right.
No issues.
Yeah, it was basically from Ichigo getting his powers all the way to Rukia being taken back to the Soul Society.
No complaints. I feel like the first Structure episodes are the best. It's like probably the best of Bleach till 1,000-Year Blood War. Some of the best of Bleach, I think.
Well, you have all the stuff in the Hueco Mundo Invasion arc in the Arrancar saga.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the Hueco Mundo Invasion and then the Fake Karakura Town. Both 2 solid arcs. And the Zanpakuto Rebellion, for originally being a filler arc, is a pretty decent arc. I actually enjoyed the Zanpakuto Rebellion. Seeing all the personalities of all the different Zanpakutos is so cool, and they're just not made up personalities. These are the legitimate personalities of the Zanpakutos toes because Kubo was part of the process on it. Which is why I feel like he stated that it's all canon. It's just anime canon because he was involved with all of it. But yeah, if I had to rank a top 5, I would put Zanpakuto Rebellion in my top 5. But Tony, you have any complaints, worries, concerns about the first arc of Bleach?
Not really. It was pretty good. All I do wish for it though was that a bigger point was made for like some of like the things that Rukia pointed out concern for, like the mod soul and whatnot.
Yeah, but I feel like that got explained a little later down the line, though.
A little later. It got explained a lot later down the line.
Yeah, and then you had the one filler arc that expanded on the mod souls even more.
Yeah, like I just wish kind of like there was a little more done with that. Like I was like, oh, this is bad. We can't have Kon running around like this. And then it's like, actually, he's just a body double for Ichigo. There's no repercussions for us like having this.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you that all the shit that Kon did while in Ichigo's body the first time they used it, I feel like there should have been a little more going on with that. But I can understand why there wasn't.
Like, the memory stuff, but you can only.
Dude, Kon is a fucking masterpiece.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I love Kon. I just think there should have been some repercussions towards Ichigo. Because of it. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like more repercussion and a little more early on what the mod souls are and the stuff of that.
To quote Sage, Kon is the best part of Bleach.
just wait till
Jesus.
Sage beats Kon in 1,000-Year Blood War.
I told him that. I was like, "You're not ready." I'm like, "You're not ready," especially when Kon leaves with Ichigo and Renji. I'm like, "You're not ready."
I feel like Funko missed out with their new series of Bleach Pops because they did Kon in the new series, but they did just plain old Kon. They could have done buff Kon.
There's a line. I haven't seen this yet. Does his little plushie get buff?
You haven't seen that part of 1,000-Year?
No. I stopped watching it in the middle of Core 2 because I just kind of got distracted and had school stuff going on.
It was in Core 2.
So I probably stopped right before it then.
Because it's when when they're in the palace.
Yeah,
It's when they go to the fat chicks, the food one.
That's the part I'm talking about.
No, I definitely got there.
Yeah, he braces their fall as Buff Kon.
I don't remember seeing him buff. Huh.
I just sent you an image of Buff Kon.
Okay, maybe this will jog my memory. Hopefully it does. I think this is a crucial Kon I'm missing here.
Hey, Buff Kon has its own character card in Brave Souls.
Okay, I don't remember seeing this, but I probably did and just don't remember it. This is how long it's been since I've watched this part of Bleach.
Alright. Scores. Let me roll a D4 here. Where's my D4 at? Oh no, the D4 is missing. Oh well, I'll roll a D8. And it'll just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 would be me, 8 would be you, Tony. 5, it's me. Alright, I'm giving the substitute Shinigami arc an 8 out of 10. Cope?
Alright.
I would give it. I'm gonna have to go with you. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Taco.
Yeah, I'll go 8.
8. And Tony.
Let's see, now I feel like I'm more negative than I should be. I was gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
7's not.
I
bad.
thought about it. I was like, but it's good enough where it's not a 7, but it's not perfect.
Like now,
Yeah.
if you ask me if they just stopped, like if Bleach was done when she got taken back, 7 I think would be too generous. I feel like if that was the entirety of Bleach,
Oh god, no! It'd be like a 3.
yeah, like it would
It'd
be
be a fucking 1.
Like that would be so bad because the next arc is probably without a doubt one of the best arcs in the entire series, and that is the Soul Society infiltration and rescue arc, which is they have it listed on here as 2 separate arcs, being the sneak entry and then the rescue, which I believe the sneak entry is everything leading up to Ichigo being taken away by Yoruichi on the bridge, and then the rescue is from basically his training up to the end of the arc. But we're gonna lump it all together as one, as the Soul Society arc. So I'm pretty sure that's what everyone here knows it as.
I would agree. I think everyone has known it as the Soul Society arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything from Kisuke's training for Ichigo to get back into the Soul, to get to the Soul Society and get his powers back, all the way to the start of the Mount arc, episodes 21 through 63. And like I said, introduced this is one of the best arcs in the entire series. The iconic moments of the first time seeing Visored Ichigo at the training, to his fight with Kenpachi, his rematch with Renji versus Byakuya, Ichigo breaking the what the fuck's the thing called? The thing that's meant to execute.
Oh,
Rukia.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember what it's
Yeah,
called.
the one that has the powers of like a million Zanpakuto, I think is what it was. It's the second most powerful fire Zanpakuto, behind Ryujin Jaka. Speaking of Ryujin Jaka, Yamamoto versus Shunsui and Ukitake, Ichigo versus Byakuya rematch, Ichigo's Bankai, the holification during the fight, this, and then Aizen. This arc had everything.
The big twist reveal.
I have zero complaints about this arc. It was paced well. There was never really a dull moment, even when we were following Uryu and Orihime. You had Yachiro and Kenpachi popping in, and Maki. So it kept the comedy aspect up there. Fucking Ganju versus Yumichika.
That was pretty good.
Like, this arc was so good, and I missed one fight that I'm bringing up right now. Ikkaku versus Ichigo. Ichigo's first fight inside the walls of the Serete.
Well, that's a difficult thing to say. Because technically you could consider
Gin.
Well,
he wasn't inside the walls of the Serete.
When he shot the sword at him, he was.
But even then,
but that was also
first meeting Ganju and Kuhaku, however you say her name, Ganju's sister. This arc was so. It's a perfect arc in my opinion.
So pretty much what I'm hearing is that your score is going to be 10 out of 10.
For this arc, yes, it is. Anyone else got anything they want to? Does anyone want to add? Like thoughts on the arc? Low points, if you think there's any low points.
I wouldn't necessarily say low points. I mean, you seemed a little hyped up about it. It is one of the top arcs in the show, but I wouldn't say that it's the best.
Yeah, I think the problem with that, saying it's the best arc, is not true only because of the fact that we have the Urihime segments. They are boring as hell.
They do have their bit of a boreness to it, but then that's where the comic relief of the arc is. And yes, I know comic relief in a serious arc is not always good.
Look at this frag.
Kubo is not Oda. So
Good shit, Tony.
Oda knows how to put comedy into a serious arc and make it work, and Kubo is like 50-50 with it. So I can't see where you get at that the stuff didn't work well.
It's not even the fact that like it can be considered comedic relief. It's the problem that they like it. I don't know, it just makes Orihime seem like a weaker character.
But at this point of the story, she was like that damsel distress character that shouldn't have been there.
I don't mean like strength-wise. I mean writing-wise. It makes her just seem weaker because she's like, oh, she's literally just dead weight right now. But why?
Yeah,
powers super unique.
She did have unique powers, but she didn't have a grasp on them. Chad got a grasp on his powers pretty well, which
it's
another thing that I forgot. Chad and Shunsui's encounter. But I think for her, there was the incident with her in the first arc with her brother, and her not really knowing what to do, but wanting to be there for Ichigo no matter what. It kind of gives you that old gen female like role in shonen. You look at a lot of old gens for shonen, it's like, oh, these female characters like don't belong here. Like early Naruto, Sakura. Dragon Ball, fucking Bulma, even though she had her moments.
Well, see, with Naruto and Sakura, she just doesn't belong at all.
She is the strongest in base form out of the three of them.
In base form.
Yeah, and with the way Naruto is after losing Kurama, even with Sage mode, she's stronger than Naruto. And Sasuke losing the Rinnegan makes her stronger than him now too.
It took them all that just for her to be stronger than them.
Hey, Naruto can go in the Sage mode and he would still lose against Sakura. And I don't want to hear no Naruto slander to me about that. Read the light novel. Read the Sakura Hiden. She's faster.
I'm not bashing.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying in general, in case there's any commenters or anything that want to say something like that. Read Sakura Hiden. It explains all of it. She's faster, she's stronger, and the only one smarter than her out of Naruto and Sasuke is Sasuke. Even though Sasuke is still an idiot a lot of the time.
Who could have guessed?
Everybody's a fucking idiot in that movie or show.
So yeah.
Shikamaru and Itachi would like to say otherwise.
Yeah, Shikamaru's an exception. I will give Shikamaru that.
Say Shikamaru and Itachi, you say otherwise.
I'm not giving the exception to.
He's a fucking genius too. Itachi's
but
Shikamaru's smarter than all of them combined.
He's had extreme fuck ups. He did not have to go along with the Donzo shit.
No, but no one would have suspected him, and nobody did.
Like Itachi is a smart character, yes, and he could have gotten through
one of the smartest.
He could have gotten through that coup shit a lot better if he would have put his mind to it instead of just blindly following Hiruzen and Danzo's orders.
Yeah, but no one suspected the thing, though. He was perfect.
I'm not denying that. I never said I was denying that. I'm just saying he could have done something different.
Yeah, he could have. If he did something different, he could have got caught and killed. They probably would have killed Itachi, but still.
Knowing Itachi, he would have been able to make it perfect still.
Maybe. We'll never know.
Well, yeah, we'll never know. I mean, there might be something in his light novels, but I haven't read them yet.
I really want you to read these, and it just turns out you've been wrong about Itachi this entire time. All your biases against him, it's just like, actually, there's a reason for it. You just never knew it until now.
I can see it happening, to be honest.
Oh, boy. Either way, anyone else got some other stuff they want to add on to the Soul Society arc?
Yeah, I'll give my score now.
Okay, let me get the calculator up. I'm giving it. Oh, by the way, for Substitute Soul Reaper, it came out to a 7.75 for our score for it.
I have one thing to say. That is, Chad is an absolute Chad this arc.
Chad is fantastic.
Chad is the reason the Chad meme exists. I didn't know if you guys knew that. Chad from Bleach is the reason that meme exists.
He's also a lake, but we don't talk about that.
All right. We'll start with Tony for the score this time.
For me, okay, 9.
9. Taco.
Ooh.
9 million.
8.
8.
8.
What I think he meant to say was 8 million.
All right.
Pinky up to my neck. Pinky up and everything.
Cope.
It moves to the nose, no, the corner of the mouth.
Yeah, it's the
Straight up Dr. Evil style.
Cope, what's your score?
Sorry, my hands were full. I couldn't pull my mic down. All right, score. Let's see. I'd say probably looking at an 8.5.
Billion.
All right, and
Can't
then
be-
Oh boy.
Billion.
I like Cope
Same.
already predicted. I'm giving this one a 10, because even though the comedy was weak with the Uryu and Orihime stuff,
Very weak.
I wasn't bored at all in those moments. This
I
comes out
wasn't
to
either. I mean,
an 8.88.
So it was an 8.18.
8.88.
8.88. 8.88 billion.
All right, next.
Wait, remember, he wouldn't even want a billion. He wants a million. Remember?
You're right.
Next up is probably the most controversial arc in the entire series. The first anime canon arc,
The Bount arc.
the Bount arc, which is episode 64 to 109. They have it
All right, can I
split
get
up
my
as well.
Can I get my score now?
Not yet.
pretty
So-
please.
They have it split up between the Bount arc in the human world, and then the Bounts in the Soul Society, but it's all just the Bount arc. So 64 to 109.
But it's valid. It's a very, very valid score.
I think the reveal of Uryu's mother's, like, what Uryu's mother looks like this early was kind of a miss.
The whole arc's a miss.
That's so false, though.
You think revealing what Uryu's mother looks like when I read the manga, so like going through the manga, you don't get Uryu's mother reveal until Thousand Year Blood War.
See, here's the thing: is I don't think that it's necessarily important to keep that information so like
It's
kept away.
the reason it's kept away is because of what it has to pertain with Yuhabaha.
And I don't think at this point in writing, Kubo knew what he was doing with the end of the series.
I actually don't know, because he's never commented on that in an interview before. Like how Oda's like, oh yeah, I know what the end of the story is going to be.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But for him to have been writing the anime canon fillers, like, it would make sense if he didn't know what he was going to end it with, if he included it. Because if he knew what he was going to do with the Quincy's this early, I doubt he would do anything with them prior to the importance of 1,000 Year Blood War.
I feel like he knew he was going to do something with the Quincy's because...
But not what? Like, he probably had a plan, like, oh, the Quincy's is because they're persecution, because that's how you read them.
Yeah, the persecution, and then the fact that Ichigo's mom was a Quincy, which is something that he knew was going to happen at the beginning. He knew he was going with.
But I think besides that, he probably didn't have too much of a plan for the Quincy's. He
No.
probably just
I think all he really, and I wish he would answer this in an interview or in a Club Penguin question, because for Kubo it's Club Penguin outside or Club Outside. I think it's Club Outside.
Club Penguin is a game. I don't think it's Club Penguin.
It's Club Outside. It's his SBS basically. I know he said that, like, he knew the end was going to have something dealing with the Royal Palace and the Rayo and all that because of how Aizen and all that was set up. Because the entire Aizen arc was planned. Fuck, I threw another interception in the end zone. He knew what he was doing with Aizen and all that. So I don't know. I guess I can look at it more objectively like that. Like, okay, yeah, I can see it in that light where it makes sense to put her in the Bound arc. I don't think the Bound arc is a giant miss like Taco says it is.
I don't think the Bones arc is missed at all.
I think it gets too much hate. Now, do I wish they went with different captains other than like Toshiro? I do wish other Soul Reapers got a chance to shine and it wasn't the same ones all over and over again. Like you look through the story and it's like, oh, it's Toshiro, it's Byakuya, it's Kenpachi. It's like it's one of those three captains.
They're the most popular. That's always going to happen.
I get that because you figure Toshiro had his own movie, Diamond Dust Rebellion.
Yeah.
So it's like that movie I believe was already in the works when the Bound arc was going to get animated. So it's like, oh, you're giving Toshiro a movie. Give us a different captain for the Bound arc then.
Nope.
But I like the addition of the bounce. It plays with the universe more. Adding like a vampire-esque creature into Bleach was kind of risky. Because basically that's what bounce were. They were vampires that instead of feeding off blood, they fed off souls.
Yeah.
It's definitely unique, but I felt like it was also risky.
Adding anything more to Bleach besides just Quincy's Soul Reapers and humans is risky, if you ask me.
Well, Fullbringers wasn't a risk.
Well, Fullbring wasn't a risk, but that's because he already had the
Fullbringers were humans touched by hollows at birth.
Yeah.
It was hollows that killed Orihime's parents shortly after she was born. Chad's parents were taken by hollows right after he was born. But the bounce also had a German theme, which kind of sucks because it was already set in stone that Quincy's were German themed at this point because of Uryu's moves that he used in the Soul Society.
Might have been wholly German themed.
The bounce were mainly like medieval Europe German. Because remember, the guy with the shape-shifting metal, all his stuff was German. The chick that looked like Uryu's mother, all her stuff was German. Jin Kadia, I believe, was like the sole exception for the bounce.
I believe so.
His was more Latin.
I mean, you just look at him and that motherfucker was like built different from the rest of the
Now,
bounce.
I do like what they did in the Soul Society arc that kind of leads into the Bound arc too. Like this was added into the anime. When you had Maki Maki, there was brought up that there was another Maki that was in Squad 11, Maki Ichinose. And he shows up in the Bound arc. Plus, giving us the added detail of how Kenpachi took over Squad 11 was a good addition as well. Because we got that backstory in the Bound arc. So the Bound arc definitely has lows, but it has a lot of highs too. So I feel like I feel like I'm in the right for defending the Bound arc. Any thoughts, Taco or Cope?
Yeah, it's a giant loop on fucking repeat for a very, very long time, and it gets very boring very quickly.
What do you mean by that?
It's literally a whole loop. It's a loop.
Elaborate, please, because I'm failing to see this.
I don't feel like elaborating. It's literally a loop, and the arc's bad. It was filler to begin with, and then they made it not filler.
I'm trying to determine the meaning to that.
Yeah, you got both of us.
The arc was filler at first.
Yeah,
Wait, no, that I understand.
that part we understand.
That's throwing me off.
And the arc is bad.
Kubo made all the filler arcs canon because They all had canon
It's
material
my
in
work.
it, and they fit in the
Rocco,
story if you put it in
it's
the
my
proper
work.
timeline order.
Absolute garbage.
It's a loop.
Yeah,
Technically
I'm
speaking,
so confused on the loop. Cope, do you have any idea what he means by that?
Sorry, hands are full again. In the kitchen, grabbing a drink. Pretty much what he's saying is that from the beginning, it's the same thing that starts over and over and over again with just different characters.
Okay, I can understand that then. I mean, I do find that a bit reductive, but I can understand where it's coming from.
But that's basically saying every series is like that then.
That's why I said it is a bit reductive because you are taking away the nuance to it. But I mean, you also have to look at it that this is the first filler Kubo made for Bleach. Is it going to be the best writing wise?
Because I don't see how it repeats over again. Because for the first arc you had the first two arcs you had basically, oh, we're not trying to defeat someone or achieve some like dastardly goal. We're just trying to we're rescuing someone. And then
I can see where it comes from with saying like it's a loop because technically speaking, it's you find these new people. They are at first negative towards you because you don't understand them. As Ichigo goes and understands them, it's becoming more and more like they're sympathetic, and we do our best to like have them meet peace. And then we get to the last guy. The last guy is fighting because of his ideals, not necessarily because of like just naturally being against Ichigo. But it's like they respect each other. They fight. Oh, check it out! Ichigo won. Jin passes peacefully. It's like he died in a horrible, gruesome manner. He was just really got beaten in a fight fairly. Gave his respect to Ichigo, and that's the end of the arc. Like I can see where it comes from because it's kind of similar to arc 1, where Ichigo is, oh, Soul Reapers immediately show up. Oh, all the Soul Reapers don't like Ichigo because he's causing bad, I don't know why. It's like
he was an intruder.
You don't belong here. Well, no, I mean arc 1. So it's like, oh, you weren't a real Shinigami. What are you doing here? I fight you, you imposter. Then you end up getting all the way up to Soul Society, and you fight Byakuya, and he fights Byakuya, and it's like, it wasn't necessarily Byakuya he hated. It was just Byakuya's ideals, and they got past that, and now they respect each other. So I was like, that's where I can see
I can see where that's coming from, but with Jin Cardia, it wasn't so much his ideals. He, in a sense, yeah, you could say it's ideals, but he also he was the first villain that wanted to erase the Soul Society.
Well, it's pretty much villain after villain after villain. However they come up, the gist of it is that they want to get rid of the Soul Society. Now, yes, like every other show, they have their villain base where they're always targeted. So no matter what, the story is going to continue on with having the villains or the bad guys who want to destroy the Soul Society, and it's constantly going to repeat itself. Take the reason on why Aaron or Sage dropped Bleach. Shut the fuck up. The reason why Sage dropped Bleach in the first place is because it was repetitive. Arc 1, Rukia gets, taken away, locked up, they gotta go rescue her. And then the next one is Orihime. And right after that, with the same fights over and over and over again, yeah, they get more flashy, they get better, woo. But it was repetitive. Honestly, it didn't really start to feel like it changed till at least I would say the Zanpakuto Rebellion a little bit there. Um, and then coming up on, Thousand Year Blood War, where it once again another bad guy wants to destroy the Soul Society. Actually, just wants to destroy the Soul Reapers altogether.
No, he actually wants to destroy the entirety of the cosmos and make it all into nothing.
Yes, still, it's just another threat to the Soul Society.
But you come with that logic, and it kind of brings up the question: why do people defend Dragon Ball the way they do then? Because it's just another threat to Earth, another threat to Earth, another threat to Earth.
But the way they go about it, I mean, with Dragon Ball Super, yeah, there was a threat to Earth, but then it became all fun and games and fucking tournaments.
And it was still a threat to Earth. If they lost that tournament, Universe 7 was bye-bye.
But they didn't make it feel that way till the very ending whenever they finally realized, oh shit, we're running out of people on this field right now. We might lose our universe.
Yeah. But
I'm
it's
not
like...
gonna lie, though, from what I've heard people talk about Super is that they don't like it. The only ones that defend it are the ones that think Goku can beat anybody. If you actually watch Super and like understand what Super is doing, they don't actually like the writing of Super. They're just watching it for the fights.
Yeah, that's literally all you watch Dragon Ball for is the fights, and it gets very repetitive with the fights. Because it's like, oh, new person for Goku to fight. Let's see how long it takes him to power up again and beat him. I think the reason why, for me at least, there's more lore behind Bleach though than there is in Dragon.
Yeah, there's definitely lore, which
I feel like
for some people that'll carry you.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Bleach's lore though is like so in depth and in there that it goes over a lot of people's heads. As compared to like, what's a story that has a little bit of lore but not too much? Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen's got its lore, but I wouldn't put it on the same tier as Bleach's lore. And then you got ones like Dragon Ball and Demon Slayer to have like next to little lore. Like there's still lore, but it's like almost nothing because they never call up upon it 90% of the time, and the lore isn't really influential in fights. When you look at Dragon Ball, the only time the lore was truly influential in a fight was back in Z when Goku first went Super Saiyan in the Namek arc. Because he had the lore of the Super Saiyan that was helping with that fight. But after that, there's like no more lore gets brought up again.
Well, let's say there's people that are in it for the lore, like, I would say me, you, Tony, who actually really get in depth in the lore of Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's others that are more in it for the action pack, the what's actually taking place.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different types of readers, there's different types of watchers.
Yeah,
so
it's like you got Vinland Saga is actually a perfect example of this. You have the season 1 Vinland Saga people, and then the season 2 Vinland Saga people.
I mean, we can even use fucking AOT as an example. And I went through this personally because right off of episode 1, it was just shit was happening.
Yeah, but there was also
and
lore in that first bit too. Like the title card had so much lore in it that I didn't realize until my second watch through.
Absolutely. And then you get to season 4, and right at the beginning, everything's changed. It slowed down the pace. It like threw me off. I ended up dropping AOT.
The completely different continent. Like, am I watching the same series?
Yeah, it was like completely different. I felt like they
wasn't-
changed up everything, but then once you go and you look more in depth into the lore, and then you understand, that's why I went back and I rewatched the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it wasn't until Reiner and Zeke showed up in the plane that I realized, oh shit, this is this is the same series.
Mhm.
So but then
But you can get what I'm trying to say with just the action
mhm.
and just the things that are happening, like the causes, the effects. It's repetitive. It's the same thing that happens over and over and over again.
I feel like Bleach also does suffer from the early 2000s shonen fan service as well.
Absolutely.
And even to this day
And
with
then
with
we
the
go
Thousand
and we
Year
look
Blood
back at
War,
it now.
like even with the Thousand Year Blood War, it's like does Orihime really have to be wearing
So it was plot crucial.
that?
Absolutely.
um,
If you don't think that, you're wrong.
yeah, it's just I don't know, I do feel like yes, Bleach can get slow when it's going into the lore, but I feel like Bleach has that unique lore to it that would help retain you. Like it's not as unique as One Piece or AOT. Because like as much as I bash AOT or anything, that if I were to rank it off of lore, it would be in the top 5.
Absolutely.
I can't genuinely say top 3, but it would definitely be in the top 5.
But bringing this back to the Bount arc, it was the same subject that was happening over and over and over again. Um,
Yeah,
so
I feel like Bleach does its good, it does its due justice of even though like yeah okay someone got kidnapped we have to save them or there's another big bad we got to beat him, which it's pretty much any series you read that has a definite good and evil is going to be like that. Like even one of my favorite novels of all time, Inheritance Cycle, Aragon, Brissinger, Eldest, all that. It's the same thing. You have the big bad and you have the good.
Not to cut you off. Sage threw it in his comment about the Bound arc,
I saw that.
and I giggled.
What is
I
this?
giggled.
for the people who are watching and can't see it,
Oh my
he's
god.
he stated that the Bount arc is worse than the Fourth Great Ninja War.
Okay. Okay. I can see where he's coming from, but I'm sorry. You take it like I I agree. Like the Bound arc is not the greatest arc there is. It has its uniqueness, but it also has its shitty points. But I'm sorry. There's not much that is worse than the Fourth Great Ninja War. Kishimoto dropped the bag so hard on that arc. There was so much potential for it to be great, but it was awful. The final thing we got was awful. Now, well, I think I gave that a 6. I think I gave the Fourth Great Ninja War a 6 on the rankings. It was between a 4 and a 6.
Did I miss that one?
Did you
Was that the
miss
last one?
Naruto? Naruto was the last debate or destroy.
Then yes, I missed it.
I think I might have given it a 4. I can see myself giving the Fourth Great Ninja War, a 4. Yeah, I definitely feel like the uniqueness was there. I'm not like full swing defending the Mount Arc, but I'm at least giving it some defense to a lot of the controversy because it's not as bad as a lot of people say it is, but it's not outstanding either. I know it's a flawed arc. Yeah. Anything else that needs to be said?
Josh, do you think I covered it pretty well?
Yeah, you got it.
Cool. All right. Ready to go to the rankings?
Yep. Let me roll this D8. Oh, you're first, Cope.
Hell yeah. I'm going with a solid 1.
One. Oh boy. Taco.
I'm gonna follow up with that.
He gets toys all the time.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
Yes.
All right.
Guys,
Tony.
terrible opinions. I'm giving this a solid 6.
6.
I love the Bound arc.
I'm giving it a 5.
It is hard carried.
I'm gonna throw Sages out there for him too. It's a 1.
nah, his would definitely be a 0.
He can only choose 1 through 10.
Make a special case for this one.
Make it a special case. Okay, -5.
No, it can only go to 0.
So this comes out to a 3.25.
Oof.
That's still too high.
Alright, next arc is we're getting into the Arankar saga. So there is 5 arcs of the Arankar, or 6 arcs of the Arankar saga with a filler arc inside of it. So we'll be going through these one by one. We have the Arankar Arrival arc. So this is episode 110 to 131. This is everything leading up to Orihime's capture. How are we feeling on this? This is when we get the first fight with the Arankars that Ichigo has.
Honestly, it's kind of all meshed in together.
For the Arankar arc? Or
Yeah.
saga?
Yeah.
I can see
Been
that.
a minute since I've rewatched it, but
Yeah, I could definitely see that because it is. There's a lot of shit that happened in the Arankar saga. And rightfully so. I mean, it is a saga. So.
see, like if I was to rank it, which I'm not going to give my number now, but I would probably rank it as a saga and not individual arcs, just because it's all meshed for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like my opinion on the Arankar is going to be completely different than individual arcs. Because honestly, I don't even remember where the arcs end and start. That's what I mean. Is like it's good the way they did it,
So.
but it's hard to keep up. That's why I said I'm not good with arcs whatsoever. It might just be me.
It starts.
I know you're.
Okay, it starts with when Shinji first shows up and attacks Ichigo.
Well, I know when it starts.
And then
I
you
meant
have
the following arcs.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm going to go through. It also, you had the Grand Fisher chasing down Cone. Was part of that. Bleach 131, which, right? Yeah, 131 was it was the episode where they finally beat the mimic Arankar, the one that made copies of himself with the whistle.
Yeah.
That's when this arc ends, is when they beat him. I think the highest points to that, because that whole mimic Arankar sucked. Once again, it was Toshiro and Rangiku again.
I'm not surprised.
We're
definitely getting to the point now where it's very clear.
It's very clear.
Characters based on popularity rather than how he wants to write them.
Yeah, like for this type of Arankar, I feel like it would have been better to have, this Karakura Town is Squad 13's territory. to govern, to like protect. Give us some Squad 13 members. Like, we all want to see Afro Guy, don't we?
Afro Guy. We love Afro Guy. My favorite character in all of Bleach, Afro Guy. That is not true, by the way. I'm just
I would hope not. But like, there's so much. There's so many other characters that could have been used that weren't. But like I said, the highlights of this arc would have to be when Yami and Ukiura first show up, and there's that little fight there. And then, what's the other one? Grimjow. Grimjow and Ichigo's first fight.
yes.
Where Ichigo gets his ass handed to him. I think those are the two spotlights of this arc, in my opinion. You guys feel the same way?
What's that?
When Ukiura and Yami first showed up and fought the gang, and then when Grimjow and his gang showed up, we got Ikaku's Bankai.
Those are probably out of the first leg, I think probably the best moments, yeah.
Yeah. Would you agree, Cope and Taku?
I mean, can't say I disagree.
What about you, Taco?
I don't disagree either.
All right.
How's with the accent?
Yeah. I can understand if you got like a Spanish accent because the Espada are like they're based off Spanish. All right, so I guess we can get into ranking this first part of the Arankar. Go ahead, Cope.
You killed
Probably say like a 6. Sorry, I'm eating.
what? Eating during the podcast, unthinkable.
That's pretty normal.
So
actually.
sorry. They ordered dinner.
They ordered dinner. Who would do such a thing?
Yeah. People?
What? No, anything. It's only homemade ever. There's no
Oh yeah.
sense. You ordered homemade food. That's actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea though. It's actually probably.
Oh
Good
yeah, absolutely. Homemade pizza.
Boneless pizza.
Boneless. No. Why? I hate you saying any meme ever because I thought of the one sound bit. You should know the one.
Always.
Do you want me to play it?
Oh
No.
God.
Gross. It's too gross. You can't play it. It's nasty.
I mean, no one knows what it is.
No, we know what it. Actually, 3 of us know what it is. The 4th one.
Yes.
Then Storm.
Yes.
So, do you know, or not? Do you know? What is
Yes.
your
I know the Muffin Man.
Do you
Do
know
you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man. What is your rank? What is your rating for the first leg of like 7 of the Arankar saga?
Don't eat the wire.
A 5.8.
5.8. Wow, going with the goofy numbers.
Don't eat the what? I heard don't eat something. I don't know who's talking. I heard don't eat something.
It's probably talking
I think the
to
puppy was starting to
dog.
eat something.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the dog.
They are always such troublemakers. The one, we got 2 puppies in May. This is their first Christmas. They,
Hen got to meet mine.
the one,
She's
the
a little
boy,
psycho.
is so bad.
Yes,
Such
she
a-
is.
Tony, what is your rating?
My rating's probably gonna be first part of the Iran car. Probably a. Well, that was not the number I was thinking. What the hell? I was about to say 4.5. No, not
Jesus
even close.
Christ, dude.
No, that's not at all. I saw 45 for my ammo, and I'm like 4.5. No, what the hell? No, probably like 8.5. First leg of
8.5.
Iran car is really good. Yeah.
I think I'd have to go a little bit lower and go with a 7.5. Which brings it out to a 6.95.
6.5. Wait, no, 6.9.5.
All right, next leg of the Arrancar arc is the Hueco Mundo. So this also includes the Fierce Fight because that is Ichigo versus Ukiura. So this is 132, the 167, and
This includes the first one, right? Not the good one. I shouldn't say not the good one, but like not the big one.
the big one with Murcielago and all that.
Does it include it or no?
That's what the Fierce Fight is.
Oh, really?
Yes, because then there's the filler arc, and then it gets back to Ichigo arriving at or no. So the Fierce Fight arc is Ukiura versus Ichigo. Then I believe 167 is when Unohana and Ichigo are going on the Garganta. And then you have the filler arc, and then you have the fake car Kuro with Arrancar versus Shinigami with the 4 pillars. Then you have Turn Back the Pendulum, and then you have the Battle Car Kuro arc in the Soul Society. Here's how it goes. So we're doing Orihime leaving all the way to Ichigo getting on the Garganta to go to fake car Kuro Town. 132 to 167.
Honestly, I'm trying to remember.
Or no, the fierce battle is versus Grimjow the second time. So this consists of the Xylopodal Grants fight, the Visored Ichigo versus Resurrection Grimjow, and then I believe Kenpachi versus Noritora is all in this arc. Then the Arrancar versus Shinigami is split between Hueco Mundo and Fakar Kuro Town. That's where we'll get the Ichigo Ukiura on top of the canopy, Byakuya and Kenpachi versus Yami. Okay, so I fucked up, my bad. But we get Neliel's backstory, we get Noritora's backstory, we get Grimjow's backstory, plus all of their fights. And we get Xylopolo Grants' backstory and his fight against Uryu and Renji. I don't know if my Yuri shows up yet. My Yuri and Kenpachi might not be there yet.
What episodes do these go to?
This is from 132 to 167.
Okay, so actually, The fight I was thinking of doesn't actually happen yet.
Okay, so the Notora fight's not till the next arc.
Yeah, that happens in episode 270.
Well,
Right? No?
Neliel versus
Wrong one.
Noritora is in 190. 190 to 203 is Noritora versus Neliel. So, okay. So the only fights we have here is the first encounter between Ichigo and Ukiura in Hueco Mundo, the invasion of Hueco Mundo, and all the fights against the Fracciones. The big fight the biggest fight of these two is Ichigo versus Grimmjow.
Mm-hmm.
And then the start of Xylopolis Grants versus Renji and Uryu when they're underground still. Okay. So a lot less in this arc than I originally remembered. We still get Grimmjow's backstory. And I believe we do get Neliel's backstory, and then it gets expanded on. Well, we get part of it, and then it's expanded on more in the Noritora stuff. I felt these two arcs. I felt that the invasion of Hueco Mundo was all right. I feel like they struggled way too much on those Fracciones. And then in the Fierce Fight arc, though, that was another good arc with some big fights. What else do y'all got?
I think we had the introduction of the greatest characters known to mankind.
Oh God, Don the Chaka.
Pesce and Don the Chaka.
Don the Chaka, Pesce. What the fuck was the worm's name?
I don't remember the worm's name, honestly, because I don't think it was super ultra important. It was kind of just how they got around.
They said its name though.
Yeah, it had one, but they only called like that once, I think.
And it was one of her Fracciones when she was.
That was just a thing living inside of Donachaka because he had like that. I think that was his power. I think.
Was it?
Yeah, because I think he had like a whole bunch of different bugs inside of him.
Don the Chaka was once the 42nd Aron card. That's actually pretty strong, seeing as who they went up against in the invasion of Hueco Mundo.
Well, yeah, don't forget they used to be a lot higher. Like she used to be 5. So.
She was 3.
Was she 3? I thought she was.
She was 3.
No, that's right. She was 3 because he was like.
He was 5, and he said, "Look, I moved up to 5, and the Espada are way stronger than they were when you were part of it. So I'm more like your level, like trying to be a hard ass."
That's right.
Bawa Bawa. It's literally Bawa Bawa.
What a name.
It's a giant snake-like hollow whose mass consists of a simple... No, it's a completely separate hollow.
Huh.
Baba Baba acts as both a pet and transportation for Pesce and Donachaka and Nell. Baba Baba tends to get upset for not being included in the group's Super Sentai-styled introduction sequences. He displays his displeasure with this by breaking down and crying. Initially, Nell claims that Baba Baba cannot survive without sand, thus explaining why he does not follow the group in the Lost No Chase. Despite his fearsome appearance, Bawa Bawa is actually rather emotional and not evil, but will fight if necessary. Yeah, he's his own hollow. It does not say he was a Fraction, though, so he was probably just a pet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is just a worm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, apparently Don the Chaka and Pesce's appearance has changed.
Yeah, when their masks got fractured.
Their masks got ripped off.
Was it ripped off? I thought it was just
Yeah.
fractured.
No,
No,
Nell's got cracked.
Yeah. That's what
Theirs got completely
used to be more
ripped
human
off them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they completely lost their mask.
Okay, so I pulled up Bleach. The episode I was thinking of is 271.
Oh wow. That's in the downfall arc. So that's the final battle.
Yeah, that's the Ukiyora's sword release. And then, you know,
So that
Ichigo.
goes from Ukiura all the way to Aizen?
Mm,
That can't be. Oh wow, 266 is Murcielago.
hmm
Wow.
How Hulu has it separated. Season 19 starts on 268. Hulu has it in seasons, so.
Okay, and Bleach 300 is when Yoruichi and Urahara go against Aizen.
hmm
Wow, I'm getting my fucking Bleach episodes all wrong. Jesus Christ. What do we let's at this point we just gotta do the Urankar saga as one rating, because it's all over the place.
Yeah, I told you, like, you're getting your episodes mixed up because it's just a big blur.
All right, so from the arrival all the way through the the sealing of Aizen. So I can get rid of the 6.95. So moving forward, we had the Murcielago fight, one of the best fights in the entire series. All the other fights that I mentioned, Yami versus
Or just bleh.
Yami versus Kenpachi and Byakuya. Noitora versus Nell. Noitora versus Kenpachi. Fuck, why am I blanking now? Oh, the fake car Kuratown fights. I cannot remember who all fought who, but we got to see the true release of Yumichika's Zanpakuto.
Was it Yumichika? Oh yeah, it was Yumichika. That's right.
Yeah, because it was more keto based release,
Yeah.
and it was a disgrace to Squad 11, so he always calls it by the wrong name.
My Zanpakuto is temperamental. He doesn't like when I call him the wrong name.
I wonder why.
Almost like he's exactly the same as Yumichika.
I do love his true release of his Zanpakuto, though. So much better than whatever the fuck you call that other release of his.
Oh, where it's just a fan blade, but
Yeah.
it's a true one.
It's so impractical.
It has 4 blades. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Like, it ain't helping your cause, bud. Ikaku's fight was pretty good. But I think the best fight in the Fake Harkura was the Tosin.
Ooh, yes.
His
Tosin
fight.
was great.
With Shuhei and Komamura. That was probably, and then Yamamoto versus Wonder Weiss. Not to mention Yamamoto just flexing on them and just surrounding them all in fire just for it to be pointless.
Yes, that was kind of funny.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Was that because of Wonder Weiss
What because of him?
that they were able to just get out of there so easily?
I think so. Yeah, because he didn't show up until after they were starting to like lose their people.
Yeah. I think it might have been because of Wonder Weiss that they got out of there. There's also the Toshiro versus my number one female in all of Bleach, Tear Haribel. That was a good. Who else enjoyed that fight?
That was pretty good.
That was probably Toshiro's best performance. Was definitely that fight. What else was there? You had the lieutenants getting their asses handed to them by Ion, and Yamamoto having to get involved there.
Man, you're a child. You don't know what's going on. Just dead.
Children making an old man fight. I thought that line was pretty cold.
That was pretty good.
What else was there? Marechio and Soyphone versus Baringan? Is that his name?
Who?
The skeleton fucker? He was
Yeah.
the aspect of withering and decay. That was his
Yeah.
aspect of death. Which every Espada was an aspect of death. He was withering and decay. Stark was loneliness, and Haribel was sacrifice. I believe Arnieto was. Let me actually look it up because I want to be right on this. Also, Stark versus Shunsui and Ukitake.
That was a good fight.
Byakuya and Rukia against Arnieto Arne. And then Byakuya versus Zamari. Which I believe he's the Espada with the least amount of screen time.
I believe that's true.
He
Talk about
he shows up in the team meetings of the Espada, and then when he shows up after Arnieto gets killed, it's just like, oh, yep, you're one and done. You're out of here. Bye.
we mentioned Mayuri versus Xylopro.
I think I brought it up when we were trying to do them individually, but not since we combined them.
That's probably one of my
One of the
favorite.
best speeches in all of anime, too. Mayuri's speech on perfection will always be a top tier speech. Yeah, Baringan Lausenbaren was one who fought Soifon. What other fights were there? Ikaku lost his fight, didn't he?
Against who? The big guy?
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
I thought so. Granted, he wasn't fully recovered yet from fighting Grimjow's Fraction.
Yeah, he was still
And he had a weaker version of his Sambakuto because it broke. Because his Bankai broke. Which, we don't find that out until Thousand Year Blood War when Mayuri explains that to Ichigo. But
Yeah.
I got the list. Yami was Rage. Stark was Solitude. Baringan was Aging Your Time. Haribel was Sacrifice. Ukiora was Emptiness. Noitora was Despair. Grimjaw was Destruction. Zamari was Intoxication. Xylopero was Insanity. And Arniero was Greed. What other fights are we missing from the saga? Other than, of course, like the big ones at the end game.
Not sure.
Oh, they're not good enough to be brought up then. But end game wise, we have Gin's reveal of being a double agent.
That's true. Yep.
Rukia's despair, or not Rukia, Rangiku's despair. Because Rangiku took that pretty hard. Who else was there? Yeah, Ishin training Ichigo.
Yep.
And then Ishin's flick on Aizen is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen.
It was pretty funny.
Like, that was just so disrespectful. And then, of course, you have the final battle, Dongai Ichigo versus Butterfly Aizen. I honestly, as much as I like that fight, and as much as it does definitely has one of the coldest moments in the entire series, it's not the best fight in the series, though.
No.
Because when you look at it moment-wise, like, the moment he does Mugetsu and everything goes quiet is one of the best scenes in all of anime, one of the coldest scenes without a doubt. But the fight as a whole, it kind of felt like Fishman Island of One Piece, where it's like Ichigo's just overpowering the fuck out of him for no reason.
Not for no reason.
Yeah, it's not for no reason, but you know what I mean by it, though. Like, Ichigo is in a tier so high above Aizen that Aizen cannot wrap his head around it.
Yeah.
But it was all part of his plan. That is the one thing that I will get on for Aizen for that. His plan was to get Ichigo as strong as he could possibly be, but then can't comprehend his strength when he gets there. Like, what's the point then, if you can't comprehend it?
Yeah.
So, but that Mugetsu and everything going quiet, that is still one of the coldest moments I've ever witnessed. And then you had Urahara being one step ahead of Aizen, and that pissed Aizen off so much.
Always one step ahead.
Fucking Aizen's out here playing chess, while Urahara's out here playing 40 chess.
Now, Urahara's actually playing checkers, but he's just that good at checkers.
He makes you think he's playing 4D chess, but he's just chilling with a checkered board.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
You thought we were competing? I was actually playing a different game the whole time. A much simpler game.
Oh, boy. I can't believe this sometimes. The way some of these things like go. We got anything else we need to work on for this arc? Taco, Cope, anything y'all gotta say?
No, I'm good. You kind of covered
not
everything.
really.
Alrighty. Now I guess we'll move into ratings. Taco, you get to go first. What do you rate the Arankar saga?
7.
7.
7.
Alright. Tony.
As a whole, probably 8.
8. I think I also have to. I think I'm gonna meet you two in the middle and do a 7.5. Cope.
Well, I'm gonna put it at a 7, only because the Murcielago fight kind of gives it a little extra boost.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Without the fight, I would probably say it's a solid 5, but with the fight, I'd say it's a 7.
All right. This comes out to 7.38. Moving into the next arc, we have the past arc. So this is Turn Back the Pendulum. So everything dealing with the banishment of Shinji and the gang. And Urahara's banishment as well. Any thoughts on this arc?
I would say this is where things start to mix up a bit.
So this happens in between the Arankar stuff, but it's its own separate arc.
I have to say, because this arc does give us some explanation as to why
It's
Aizen's doing what he's doing, but it's also like...
It's a full lore drop arc.
But it's also like, okay, you broke the action with this. Why?
Yeah, I feel if it
Wait
would
to
have
do
been...
Aizen is imprisoned.
Yeah. Or hell, even when we first, like, when Ichigo sits down into the Dangai, do it. And then we have that flashback as Ichigo's training in the Dangai, and then we come back, we get the Yoruichi and Kisuke stalling for like an episode or two, and then Ichigo shows up after the flashback. Like, if it was positioned in a better place, it probably would have been better, in my opinion. You guys feel the same way about that?
Yep.
Cope.
Sorry, my mic was muted when I answered. But yeah.
So we're all basically on the same page for that. All right then. I guess we'll just jump in the rating of it. Taco, you get to go first again.
Hmm. 5.
5. Tony?
6.
6. I'm going to be giving it a 6.5, mainly. I'm giving it.
You bastard!
I'm giving it
You
the
have the
extra
opportunity to
0.5.
give it a 7.
I'm giving it the. I mean, I could give it a 7, but I don't think Cope's going to give it an 8.
That's true.
I think I'm going to probably have the highest rating of it because of the lore.
He could go
in it.
4.
He could go 4, but I'm still going to go with the 6.5, and it gets the extra half point because of the lore for me. Cope?
Well, let's see here. I'm gonna do a 4.5.
Do a 4.5. That brings us out to 5.5 for Turn Back the Pendulum. Next arc, we have the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, which is another arc that took place in between arcs of the Arrancar saga.
Yes.
But this one happened before.
It happened before the Downfall arc.
Yeah.
And it was after Turn Back the Pendulum.
It was an even worse placing.
Yeah, this is one of the worst placed arcs in the entire series.
The placing of it is the worst. But the arc itself is unique.
I do like it.
The ass.
I
think I'm the only one that has that opinion here.
The problem with Zanpakuto Rebellion, as well as many other filler arcs in Bleach, is the placement of them. And that hurts the series a lot. Because of how the story is meant to flow of Bleach. If there was a site like how One Piece has One Piece, where they take out all the extra bullshit that's not needed from each episode, and they cut out all the filler. If there was a site where they had all this in proper order, the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc is supposed to happen before the Arrancar saga. I believe all the filler is supposed to happen before Arrancar saga. Yeah, every filler arc, it's supposed to go Bounce, then the new captain, Shusuke Amagai, which we'll get to in a second, Zanpakuto Rebellion, and then Invading Army, and then it goes into Arrancars. It's how like the timeline's supposed to be.
Interesting. I mean, it would make a little bit of sense.
Yeah. But out of the 4 anime canon arcs, this is probably the best one. The Zanpakuto Rebellion. In my opinion, this is the best one.
Out of the fillers?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We get each Zanpakuto's unique personality, and boy, do they match what Kubo wanted for their personality. Which, I mean, it kind of helps when Kubo's part of the writing team for it. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's all I have on that one. Like, all their unique personalities that starts a war between the Zanpakutos and the Shinigami.
I really liked it.
It's a
Um,
unique arc without a doubt.
Kind of, it was like a change of pace.
Hmm.
Like I mentioned earlier, whenever we were talking about the Bount arc and how shit was like repetitive, this kind of like changed the pace of things. Um, it wasn't like something on repeat.
Hmm.
I mean, who would have thought, the things you're using to fight the evil are now fighting you?
Yeah, I feel like this arc really sets up anime only people for what comes in the Fullbring arc too.
Well, also on top of that, this kind of helps whenever you go into Thousand Year Blood War, where the creator of the Zanpakuto sees them as people and not just weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now you're getting to see it that way as well.
Yeah, I can agree with that 100%. Do, 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 do.
Jesus Christ, Tony.
Am I wrong?
What did Tony say?
Am I wrong? I don't think so.
Mr. Mime? And Sage apparently said he found an anime with an interesting art style. Um,
Mr. Mime Broly duo go crazy. Jesus.
How are they gonna hit Broly when Mr. Mime is putting up the barriers?
They won't.
They won't exactly, and Broly's got enough destructive power for like enough of Bleach.
Yes.
Sage said Aizen wouldn't stand a chance.
No. He spelled Izan, Izan. So I have to correct him. It's like Ivan Ooze right there.
Hmm.
I'm out of tea. Oh, man, I really am out of tea up here. This is so sad.
Whoa. Hmm.
Boss.
Me personally, I don't think I have much more I can say on the Zanpakuto Rebellion other than, like, yeah, it's a very unique arc.
All I can say about it is I liked it. I mean,
Yeah. I think,
can't really explain much more about it.
no, it's a
The
very simple arc.
Zanpakuto that they use as their weapon that come to life as beings that have the powers of the Zanpakutos
I would
and
hope they
uses
do.
it. Well, yeah, I'm just explaining. They use it against the Soul Reapers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very simple arc, so there's not much more that can really be said about it.
One comment to make about it, and that is, they took a cool sword that existed already in Japanese mythology, Muramasa, and made it dumb.
Yeah, Muramasa wasn't the greatest, but I mean, he's a sword. He's a sentient sword, so it's like you're kind of limited with your possibilities for intelligence on this sword.
Like him as a character, I just mean like Why do you use Muramasa as the base name for the sword
It's just the name Kubo went with.
when the real sword behind it was an actual swordsmith who made swords that were all meant to kill, like they were meant as weapons of like actual weapons that were bad. But then you compare him to his rival swordsmith. I forget who it was.
I don't know who you're going for here. So.
I think of his name. Is it Masamune? Was his rival, and he made the one sword. What is it? Yeah, Muramasa challenged his master Masamune to who can make a finer sword. They both made one. Muramasa made a bloodthirsty evil blade. Meanwhile, Masamune, his sword did not even cut anything, as it was stood like it. Because their test was put both swords in a stream and see what it cuts.
Okay.
Muramasa's killed everything. But everything kind of just went around Masamune's sword. So it was just like, yeah, it was like pretty much, unless you were deserving of it, Masamune's sword didn't kill you, but Muramasa was like just evil.
Okay.
So it's like they kind of, to me, there was the cultural significance of having the name Muramasa and him being evil, but he was only like that because of his wielder. But his wielder didn't even have the same like wants as he did.
Koga was definitely a weird one.
He was a guy.
He was definitely a weird one. Also, I don't know if you guys know what Koga's last name was.
Kurosaki, no.
Close. It does start with a K.
It's you'll never guess what his last name is. It's oh shit, actually. I
Yes.
didn't know that.
It's revealed in the light novel Cannot Feel Your Own World. But that is his actual last name.
Okay. I see. So he wasn't actually part of it, he married into it.
Yes.
You're being a loser like that now.
Yeah, I believe he married in with the... I want to say Byakuya's aunt.
He was he was their uncle, so.
Yeah. So, the sister of the 10th head? Because I think Byakuya's the 11th head?
Something like that, probably.
I can't remember. It's been so long. But yeah, so Koga was a Kuchiki. Very funny how that works out.
I will be right back.
All right. Taco Cope. Anything you guys want to add?
No.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more arcs left.
Oh boy.
So let's get the rating started while we wait for Tony. Cope, you get to go first to rate the Zanpakuto Rebellion.
I'm gonna give it a 9.2.
9.2. Taco?
7.5.
I'm going to give it an 8.9. And now we just wait for Mr. Tony. Alright, while we wait for Mr. Tony, did you guys vote for the ones that are currently up? For
No.
you didn't vote?
Oh yeah,
we
no.
got One Piece and MHA ones that are up. I haven't done
Oh
other
yeah,
ones
I voted already.
yet. They don't have much longer left to go, I don't think. They got 4 days left. Alright, so let's look at some of these characters here. We have... What the fuck was this guy's name again from Bungo?
Oh,
I
you're looking at the actual thing.
Yeah, I think you DM'd me it.
Kaji. It's
Who?
lemon bombs. Kaji.
Kaji? There it is. Alright, so we have Kaji, and I think the only other Bungo one we have is... Yeah, is Francis. Then we got Ed and Al. So we need 6 votes. So that's 1 vote there. All right. So then we got Boo, Rochi.
Should I put Manaka for having giant nipples?
Nominations closed.
Okay, but can I put him there anyway?
No.
What? That's his whole power.
Finn. Tokiyuki. Oh, what the fuck was this dude's name from Naruto? Is it Kimimaru?
Yeah.
Why do I remember his name?
Because he was so unique.
Mahito. I like how no one started putting the names of characters. Like, what the fuck is the name of the dude with the flesh manipulation?
Uh, I mean, personally, I call him Meatball Man, but that's just me.
All right.
Meatball Man sounds like a fun
1, 2,
time.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 16. We need to get that broken down into 6
Shishikura.
characters.
His name is Shishikura.
Shishikura. Senji Shishikura. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the vote now. All right. Yeah. Kaiji. Francis. All right. Tony, we all gave it our rating already, so we're just waiting for your rating.
Which one?
For Zanpakuto Rebellion.
4.
4.
I don't like Rebellion at all.
What was your gripes with Zanpakuto Rebellion?
I don't like it. I think it's a boring arc. The concept is novel, but like I think it was just like
The placement doesn't help either.
placement's terrible. But like I don't know. It's like the concept's novel, but like if they're supposed to be like a being that's connected to the soul of the user, how are they so easily manipulated? Like, you know what I mean? Like the core of their personality is there. But then why would they be so easily manipulated when they were shown nothing but that, like, respect and kindness by their Soul Reapers? I get Old Man Zangetsu. Ichigo has kind of never been nice to Old Man Zangetsu. But everyone else, Yamamoto even, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, if I remember correctly, Yamamoto's never got taken because he was in a barrier.
No, it was. That was the whole barrier thing. It was because his was, like, brought out. That's why it went away when they defeated Muramasa.
Yeah, but his never... His Zanpakuto
His
didn't
doesn't have-
rebel against him.
It doesn't have a physical form. It's just fire. That's why. It can't really have a personality. But, like, that's why his also kind of makes sense as to why, like, it's kind of like that. There's no personality to fire. It's just destructive.
Yeah. But you could also look at it in the light of Aizen Zanpakuto can trick them to think two different things, like the Zanpakuto spirit to think something different than what the Soul Reaper's thinking.
That's because Aizen's Zanpakuto is literal hallucination slash...
Perfect hypnosis.
Yeah. Muramasa just allowed him to pull the spirit out and mind control them for a little bit. Not even mind control, just like manipulate. He had super gaslighting. That's what he had. He gaslit them into thinking that they were actually being mistreated. When truly the only one that could have possibly been mistreated is Old Man Zangetsu. But even then, technically, it wasn't him who was being mistreated. If you want to look at it objectively.
You guys want to agree with Finn getting an automatic bid into the first episode of season 4?
Who?
From High Card?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Talking about the guy from Adventure Time. Finn.
Him too. He gets past two.
Let's go. He's
Well,
good anime.
As long as he brings Jake, though.
Because of the nominations, there will be one character left over from the voting, so there's only going to be 7 votes. And I feel like out of the ones that aren't in a vote, Finn has the most obscure. Okay, so the ranking comes down to it comes out to be a 7.4 overall for this arc. Moving into the next arc, we have another filler. We're backtracking a little bit. We have the new Captain Shunsui Amagai arc. This is the worst filler in all of Bleach.
See, I disagree with that. I think it's Zanpakuto Rebellion. I quite enjoy this one.
I hate this one.
I'm not saying it's good, I just say I enjoy it.
Coke, Taco, your thoughts?
I'm not crazy on it either.
Like, I think the idea of there being a replacement captain and us like, having to deal with him is cool.
I like them go.
Side stuff is like, why?
I like them getting one instead of being like
Really?
instead of like staying without 3 captains until after the Arankar War. I do like that concept of like getting a captain, but everything dealing with that fucking noble girl, awful.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it just focused on one at a time, it'd be so much better. But I still like it because we have the captain.
The funny thing
Like,
is
the whole
that
captain subplot is cool.
that noble family gets looked at in the Camp for Your Own World. Because we get way more on the 5 noble clans in Camp for Your Own World.
I think we talked about this the one day.
Yeah,
actually.
and we get the reveal of the 5th noble clan. So it's like, why did it have to be like that? So that it's mainly because of her, and she's the main focal point of the arc too.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
it's not
she's
even
the
it's
big
not
part.
even Amagai. He's not even the main focal point. It's her.
He turns into it later on because his whole thing was
To kill when he wants to kill Yamamoto.
yeah.
That's his whole thing. He wants to kill Yamamoto. But yeah, it's just it's such a bad arc. That I can't give it the benefit of the doubt, basically, is what I'm saying. Anyone else got anything they want to add to it?
Nah.
Agreed. Nope.
Alright.
Are you telling me we can have a nuanced discussion about an arc in an anime where 3 out of 4 people don't have different opinions?
I mean, I just blatantly do not like this arc. If they had 2 separate arcs where they had the noble faction arc and then the Amagai arc, I would like the Amagai arc. But having them both together it kills it.
Oh, I forgot. I have to change my clan tag in frickin' COD to say Broly.
Oh my god.
I need to be part of the Broly clan.
Alright. Since you like this arc, Tony, we'll start with you for rating it.
Alright. I rate it a 7.
A 7? That's criminal.
What do you mean it's criminal?
That's criminal.
It's criminal to think so lowly of it just because of half of the plot. Like, you have to think of it like this. Lots of things are just mostly, like, we have the same opinion, like the noble family stuff is kind of boring, meanwhile the Amagai stuff is good.
Yeah, but I don't think it's good enough to
I
bring it
like-
up that high.
Thinking it's just that low because of the noble half is kind of wrong in my opinion, because yeah, it's not like that good before. Like when they're in the human world, yeah, it's boring as shit. But once they get to the Soul Society and that half of the story goes away, pretty much, it's a lot better. because it's almost non-existent in that half. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, pretty much after the crew gets to the society to help deal with whatever it is they're dealing with, I forget. The whole noble girl plot point kind of just vanishes.
I cannot stand behind that. Stand behind it at all. Um, Taco, what's your ranking for new Captain Amagai arc?
I'll give it a 5.
5. Cope.
You're also talking to the guy that likes the more political side of discussions and stuff anyway. Like, when I say, I mean, like, and whatnot.
I'm gonna
True,
give it.
that is true.
I'll give it a 4.
4. I have to agree with the 5 on it as well. Brings it to a 5.25.
Tis true, Tony. Tis true. You do like that stuff.
Like, I find a more interesting. Like, that's why I like the plot of Final Fantasy 16 so much. Is just all of, like the political aspect to it.
For what I've played of
Then do I have a show for you?
I swear, if you say AOT.
86.
I've been intrigued by that for the longest time.
Okay, yeah. 86 is a really good one. I feel
86.
they nail. It's probably one of the best when it comes to like political divide in a anime series.
That's so good.
I feel like it is one of the best when it comes to political divide in an anime.
And did you really try and pass off AOT's whole Jaegerist versus non-Jaegerist as a political spin?
Not at all. That
Well,
is not political at
We
all.
also have the Marley and all the other factions politics.
Not really political when it's just it's more of an us versus them kind of thing rather than a political thing.
You're
They're not
not
challenging.
wrong.
They're just kind of challenging life views. You know what I mean?
That one caused. Oh, sorry. I had to get that out.
Yeah, you're not saying you're wrong, but um.
Damn, I nearly had a 2 KD that game. Oh my god, I'm too clean. 37-19.
Too nasty. Back to me, number 1. Number 1.
That's right. Maybe number 2, this T-Dollar guy is kind of cool though. No, he
Oh,
was
damn.
21-16. Never mind, he's shit.
He ass. Back to number 1.
He just had one good play. I'm number 1. Always me.
All me. Fuck him.
Coming
Even his
into
play, I did it.
our final. Oh, by the way, the turn back to pendulum was 206 to 212. Zombie Rebellion was 230-265, and the Amagai was 168 to 189. The fact that they come back to her as well in, I believe, the start of the invading army arc, which is the one we're going to talk about next. The fact that they come back to that noble family.
Oh, it's because she moved in next door to Ichigo. That's why.
Yeah, we have the final filler, and that is the Gote 13 invading army arc. And that is 317 to 342. This is the one with the scientist, and this is where we get more of the mod souls. More of the lore of the mod souls. What is everyone's thoughts on this?
Quite liked the invading army.
Invading army is very good.
I thought this was a better take on the whole like aspects of personality clash, like how Zanpakuto kind of was, because it was the Zanpakuto versus the user. This is more of clone versus original,
Yeah.
I think it's I've done better at least than Zanpakuto Rebellion.
Mm-hmm. Cope, I know you like this one.
Sorry, I totally just like faded into my game here.
This is the invading army arc.
Okay.
I know you. I know you like this one personally.
Yeah. Are we rating it right now, or are we
Just
just
thoughts
asking
on it.
opinions? Shit.
Just shit. I think this is one of the first times where we're all playing a game while doing the podcast.
What are you playing?
CFB 25.
Oh, okay.
I'm currently going into my 4th year as a Pitt's head coach. Just won the national title with them.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Took down Tennessee in the final.
Oh my god, backward sprinting is such a good choice. Such innovative gameplay.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on the invading army arc?
That's a really good question. I never really had to think about it.
Honestly, the most I remember about it is the dude from Squad 12 was a mod soul that was split in half that was replacing the other Soul Reapers with mod souls of themselves. And they had to find the creator to...
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an all over the place arc.
This one is all over the place, I will say that, yeah.
But it's not like it was done in a bad way.
No, it was all over the place in that the characters were causing it rather than just it being lost.
Yeah.
Because we were jumping between everybody, weren't we? Because of all the clones.
Yeah, I think that's how it was. I did like the main villain Zanpakuto though. I feel like
It was such a cool weapon.
It was a very interesting weapon.
Like, so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people have twin blades.
No, especially in Bleach when dual-wielding Zanpakuto wielders are very rare to begin with. Because I think at this point, the only people we knew about with dual-wielding Zanpakuto were Kiraku and Ukitake.
I believe they were the only ones we saw at this point, except for
Yeah.
Shuhei, but that was only a Shikai that had...
Shuhei's sword basically splits in half for Shikai, yeah.
Meanwhile, Shunsui had two, and Ukitake, his sword split, but his was more of a different split.
Shuhei split. Shunsui and Ukitake both carried 2 swords on their hip.
Did Ukitake have two? I didn't see
Yes.
him having two. If he had two, then it makes sense then.
Well,
They're the only ones that carry 2 Zanpakutos on their hip.
you actually learn a little bit more about Shunsui's.
In the light novel, yeah. Oh,
You learn more.
Shunsui. I
Yeah.
thought you said Shuhei.
No, Shunsui.
Shunsui, yeah, you probably learn more about that later in Thad's Your Blood War.
Well, I mean, just look at the gift for his nomination for
Well,
Obscure
yeah, that's true.
Powers. Little something called Bunkai. Katenko Korematsu Shinju.
Shit. I have my phone shut.
Were you trying to press the sound bit?
Oh,
Yeah, my phone shut.
挽回加点胸骨から待つ真珠
so good.
Yeah. Very, very unique power, and I love it.
And even after his Bankai, you still learn more.
Oh, yeah, because
Well,
he
so-
doesn't use
no.
it to its entirety because of what Nanao does.
It's still, yeah, it's unique.
I want to say things, but I can't say things.
I read about it. You
Because
can't say it. It's too spoilery.
I read the manga.
I didn't read
Well,
the
guess
And-
who fucking didn't?
I'm a couple
This
episodes
guy.
behind on Bleach. Did you finish the season, Cope?
I have one episode left to watch, but
Did the now show up with?
yes,
Okay, so you
yes,
know what I'm talking about with the now.
yes, and I can't say it.
I know.
I never. Oh wait, Taco. I never read the manga. I just read what his Bankai did.
Oh, so Tony
I
has
know.
the full gist of his.
I know
Bankai then.
nothing.
I don't have the context, but I have what it does.
Yeah,
I know nothing.
let's just
I'm
say
completely blind.
he doesn't do everything that says he
I
can do with his
imagine
Bankai.
he doesn't do it all.
But like his Bankai is so overpowered. Like insanely overpowered. So
I wish I could say more. Can we just get rid of Taco for now so we can talk about it?
I mean, I can full deafen him.
Go ahead, if you want to.
All right, where is he? Server deafen. He is deafened.
Okay, so for the people that are going to be watching this is going to be a
Spoiler
major
warning.
spoiler. So
Put it on the screen.
when I watched it, it was fucking insane. His Bankai is unbelievable. And then afterwards, when he is injured and Nanao shows up, and she does not actually have a Zompok toe on her. She only uses
Goes to Twitch. No, you fool.
help me out here.
Wait, before you start, before you continue, Cope. Tony, do you know about Nanao? You know about her stuff?
No, I do not.
Oh shit!
Fuck!
As I said, I only read what his Bankai did, not I don't have the context to it.
Well, basically, because of what I can say this for three, because of what Nanao does, we don't see his full Bankai.
Okay.
So
Probably more to it than what was put on the Bleach wiki.
let's just say Nanao's overpowered.
Who could have guessed? The characters that never fought are overpowered.
The character that sits back and does nothing is one of the most broken characters in the entire fucking series.
So pretty much Nanao was specializing in, what is it, Haido? Haido, whatever. Keto. She didn't actually have a Zompok Do. Reason being is from her clan, what they called was a curse. The curse was this Zompok Do, or actually, I don't. Is it even a Zompok Do?
It is a Zanpakuto, yes, but it's not a traditional Zanpakuto like the Asauchis that are given to you in the academy, or that you manifest with your own soul power, like Ichigo's first one. It is a family connected one, and her family line is one of 3 family lines, the only ones that have this, where they inherit Zanpakuto from a former clan head, basically, but it's not a noble family.
But with that Zanpakuto came a curse.
Interesting.
What they believe is a curse, yes.
Yes, what they believe.
It hasn't been fully expanded on more than that.
So Nanao's mom entrusted it to Shunsui to keep it hidden from Nanao. And the way he did it, it was hidden within his Bankai.
Oh, check that out. That's cool.
Yeah. He basically has infinite storage space in his Bankai. I don't know if that was on the wiki or not.
I don't know if it mentioned that specifically, but it probably made mention of it in a different section. Like maybe not in the main power, but like in like a trivia or something like that.
So his original Zanpakuto started off with one Zanpakuto.
Okay.
Then
Well, that's why he has
the
two
second
then.
one. Yes.
Yes and
Oh.
no, because
Yeah.
he still has 2.
Well, no, I mean like but
Technically.
that's why it's so prominent that he has the two of them.
His basically evolved and permanently became 2 because of it.
Pretty much how he explained it is his original Zanpakuto birthed the second one. And the abilities of the second one is where he can store things. So whenever you do watch it, he literally pulled Nanao's Zanpakuto, or actually, she went and pulled the Zanpakuto out of her mask,
Cool.
if that makes sense.
I don't have Hulu anymore, so I can't watch it. But
Damn, what a shame.
I had to get rid of it. It's too much money at this point. I didn't have a job at the time either, so.
Yeah, it's so fucking expensive. Then they keep upping the price too.
Now that I do have a job, though, I may or may not get it again in the future. Probably not, but if I ever feel like it, like way down the line, when I actually need to get something to like watch shit, or have the time to, when I'm not playing games all day.
Yeah. Shunsui's Bankai is complex.
Yeah, it's,
Really?
and it's not even that it's all over the place either.
No, it's just like it's actually
And then
power for it being just complicated.
yeah. But to lead back to Nanao's Zanpakuto, it mirrors the power of its enemy. It is a bladeless sword.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think did I cover everything on that end?
A good chunk of it, yes. A very good chunk of it, I would say.
I had to get it off my chest. Like that was so like mind boggling. I'm like my mind was blown whenever I seen that because I strictly watch anime. I don't.
Yeah, you
I
don't
haven't
read.
read the manga. I mean, I do read manga, but I haven't read
The Bleach
manga.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've came too far behind to even try to catch up.
Bro, you shouldn't say it like that. That's some terrible phrasing.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, there is a lot of volumes. There's 74 volumes total. But with how action heavy Bleach is, you fly through those volumes. I read it when I was
33. God damn.
I read it when I was in Connecticut still, and oh my god, I read that so quick, even though I was doing all this other shit.
I'll play the game.
Yeah.
Off.
But I think we're good to on Jeff and Taco.
2, 3,
Right.
4.
Hello, Taco. Welcome back.
Taco, I just went 74 and 30.
You did not just do that.
He bombed. Yep.
Why are you bonking us?
Oh my god, did you see the picture that popped up for that? That's horrendous.
No, I was looking at my screen.
That was bad. That was bad. Don't ever do that again.
Yes, never. Never in a million
Wait, what was the
years.
picture?
It was bad. It was as if someone was being smacked in the ass and they enjoyed it a lot.
Like the
Oh.
Like,
Spider-Man one.
why did you do it again?
I can't even see it.
Oh my god! It's a Argato face.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Hey, did you hear what happened? That sadly Cheems, the dog for Doge, passed away.
You sussy baka.
That was like so long ago, wasn't it?
No, that was actually only this year. It was just earlier this year.
Oh, I thought it was like almost 2 years ago now.
Nope. Or maybe I'm wrong. I could be very truly wrong. August 18th, actually, so it's a lot closer than I thought it was.
Oh wow, that was actually. Next, or no, we gotta rate this arc.
What the hell? Why is it TDM? What the
arc are
fuck?
we on? Oh, the invading army arc. Okay.
No, it's a hard point.
Cope, you want to take this away since it's one of your favorite fillers?
What is it?
Invading army arc, ranking it, like rating it.
Oh, I'm probably gonna go with a 9.
A 9.
No one.
All right. Taco. Taco.
Hey, guy.
Sorry. What arc are we talking about again? It's been a while.
The
Mods.
invading army.
Invading army.
It's the one right before Fullbring. When all the Shinigami get cloned.
Go 7.
7.
7.
All right.
Savine.
Tony.
Savine. I gotta go for a similar, probably a 7 on the ranking.
I'm gonna give this one an 8. Brings it to a 7.75.
Dude, what is this guy doing?
And that was episodes 317 to 342. Now, second to last arc, we have the Lost Substitute Shinigami arc, or as everyone knows it as, the Fullbring arc. Episode 343 to 366. Oh my god, the Fullbring arc. Alright. Anyone have any issue with the Fullbring arc?
No.
Who was emotionally scarred because of Tsukishima?
I wasn't scarred because of him. He saved Luffy after all. He can't possibly be a bad guy. And he was there the entire time with them. Like, how could he be a bad guy?
Okay, seems like Tsukishima still has his hold on Tony here.
Kushima was a good guy. I don't know what's so wrong with him.
Cope,
Yes.
your thoughts on
On Tsukishima?
On Fullbring.
Yeah, Tsukishima and the Fullbring arc as a whole.
I mean, I don't think I really have any complaints. It wasn't a bad arc. It wasn't a great arc either.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How awful would it be if I ranked the highest arc out of ones that we've ranked so
I
far?
think that is the highest one you've done so far.
Probably is.
Okay. So, going into the Fullbringer, I can't think of anything too wrong with Fullbring. It's not bad. I do feel like this arc is the most guilty for tropes. I think that's the case with the Fullbring arc. Anyone have any conflicting thoughts about that?
Hold on, repeat what you said.
Fullbring.
Yeah, repeat what you said.
Oh, it's the most. It has some of the most tropes.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. It does have a lot of tropes.
It did start a trope though.
Oh, internet. Hold on. Okay, we're good. You went robot bit right there, so.
It did start a trope.
Which one?
The whole flipping everything on the main character.
Oh, true, yes. One that only Boruto followed.
Well, not only Boruto, there was...
To my knowledge, I said.
Yeah, there's another one that just did it recently. Wasn't JJK. What one did it? Why am I blanking? Oh, Mob Psycho did it.
Did they?
Yep. It wasn't on the level of Bleach or Boruto. But there's another newer one that just fucking did it. Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest does it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Arifreda does it. Mission Family Yozakura does it.
3 that they do it for Arifureta.
Yeah. Well, I think it's season. Yeah. Wait. Now I'm fucking getting confused. Season 3 is gonna be the final season, by the way.
Oh damn.
Mm-hmm. God's Game did it. So a lot more animes are picking up on this trope. So it is fully became a trope that Bleach started. Fucking Black Clover's technically doing it. In the same aspect that Fairy Tail's doing it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So... But all in all, even with that, I don't feel like it's a bad series by any means. Anyone else got any thoughts on... Oh, what the fuck? On the Fullbring arc?
No.
Alright, we can get into ratings then. I'm going to start it off and do a 7.5 on the Fullbring. You guys watched it in dub, so you guys didn't get the iconic Bonkai that sparked why Johnny screams it in 1,000 Year Blood War.
Well, I've heard it. It's an iconic
I did.
clip, but...
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about it. Ichigo's sword slash and Ginjo just going, oh, so that's all the power you can muster with a Gezuka Tensho, and Ichigo's just like, the fuck you talking about?
Normal.
That was just a sword slash. Yukio had one of my favorite abilities in the Fullbring arc though. I do like Yukio and his ability.
Breathe there. What was his power again? I forget. I don't know their names.
Video games.
Video game guy? Oh, yeah. He had
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Taco, you got anything you want to add about the Fullbring arc?
Nope.
All right. Cope, what is your rating?
I will give it a
1 out of 10.
7.
7. Taco?
I'll go 7.
And Tony?
For Fullbring, I'll give it an 8.
8. 7.38. Alright. Moving into the most recent and still ongoing arc, the 1,000-Year Blood War. Now, if we were talking just anime, I would be giving this arc a solid 7.5 out of 10.
I'll jump straight into the rating. Doesn't even care about what's going on.
Oh, because hear me out.
I guess it's because it's actually going on right now.
Yeah, it's currently going on. If I was going based just solely off the manga with the completion of the story and everything leading up to the Hell arc, I would give it a 7.5. But Tony, how far did you get in Bleach before I start saying stuff?
Didn't finish Core 2.
Okay.
I don't think I did at least.
Did you
think, hold on.
Oh, so you didn't see Senjimaru. Okay.
No, I finished the sword guy. I forget his name.
Yeah.
Owetsu?
You didn't see Senjimaru.
No, I did not.
Yeah. So something with Senjimaru. If you know, you know. It happens at the end of Core 2. Squad Zero.
That shit was crazy.
All the added shit was Squad Zero in Core 2. Shinji's Bankai. All the added shit in Core 3 from what I've watched so far. I've watched through episode 35. I think I'm on Mayori's fight in Core 3. The second part of that is where I'll be picking up on with episode 36. But hell, that fight so far. Kenpachi versus Gremmy. Yamamoto versus Yuha. Everything is dialed up so much more than what it was in the manga. I was speechless for half of the episodes. The way they animated Ichigo's silence to Byakuya in the first core, beautiful. The first person point of view of Ichigo going and killing the one Stern Ritter and then surveying the field, insane. Studio Period is truly cooking with 1,000-Year Blood War, and it is elevating the art. It is elevating everything. Kubo being an assistant director and a creative engineer on 1,000-Year Blood War anime is just gold because there's so much stuff he wanted to put into the manga that he couldn't. And I'm going to say my rating right now, I cannot give this anything less than a 10 with everything that we've gotten so far and the promise of what we're getting in the future with it. I've said my piece. The floor is yours.
Well, how the fuck are we supposed to lead up after that?
Yeah. For all that, you get a bonk.
Why do I get a bonk?
Because you saw everything else everyone was going to say. You get bonk.
You can't deny everything I said is golden.
That's why we have nothing to say, sir.
Well, you could give your thoughts on the series.
1,000-Year Blood War is incredible. There you go. You said everything else.
Or how you guys are enjoying it right now.
I mean, do we talk about Core 3? Or no?
I would say talk about it very discreetly.
Hotto 90 made my jaw drop. Alright.
Hotto 90's return?
Ooh.
Okay.
Most humans in the game.
That made my jaw drop.
That was a very good very, very good moment, I would have to say.
with no incantation. Just yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and like everyone's jaw dropping and realizing, oh shit, that wasn't a full incantation. Oh, is it okay for him to be out here?
I'm so happy he's back in play. To be honest, Bleach is peak with Aizen around.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
I mean, yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
He is. He's definitely
But
something.
he's something, all right. So
Cope,
all the
anything you wanna
Bankais
say?
from Squad Zero is pretty cool.
We didn't even see them all.
No, but the one's still stuck in my head for forever.
Let me see if I can even say the name of it. I have to look it up.
No, it's stuck in my head forever. That Bankai's fucking crazy.
You probably couldn't say it though.
No, I
Oh
cannot.
god damn it. What have I got myself into?
I could barely say her name.
Senjimaru?
Yeah, her Bankai's crazy.
Shutara Senjimaru.
Yeah,
Her
that Bankai's crazy.
Her Bankai is Shatatsu Kagagara Shikagarmi no Suji.
Hey, you did a pretty good job. I don't know what you said, so I guess you did a pretty good job.
Hers isn't even the worst.
Gesundheit.
Shinji's is the worst. Sakashima Yokoshima Happo Fusagari.
You said that one way easier than the other one, so I'm going with the other one's harder.
Practice Shinji's.
Um,
I am shamefully admitting that I have practiced saying Shinji's Bankai.
believable.
It translates to wicked inverted blockade from all directions.
What else can I say without spoiling anything for
From
Tony?
Core 3 and half of Core
Yeah.
2.
The beginning fight of Core 3 with Yuhabaha is incredible. I forget the guy's name who we fight.
The recap?
Yeah. No. It's after the recap. I'm pretty sure it's after the recap.
Because he fights Ichibei. Alright, Core 3. Core 3. Ichibei's at the end of Core 1 and beginning of Core 2. Right?
It's the guy with the paintbrush.
That's Ichibei.
The ink. Yeah, it's the ending of that fight.
Who's he fight
Before... Because it's, I mean, Ichigo, technically.
I'm blanking, yeah, because you have the Royal Palace stuff. But I'm blanking right now.
It's right before, It's right before he gets up there.
Holy crap, your audio quality just changed hella. I can't tell who. So he fights.
It's right before Yuhabaha's eyes open fully.
Oh.
It's in the process of that.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit was.
That's Ichigo.
No, before that.
Then that's Ichibei.
Yeah, it's the Ichibei fight
It's
right
Ichibei,
before
Hyosube.
the whole. Yeah, it's like the ending of the Ichibei fight is insane.
Yeah. Because Ichibei does his thing at the end of Core 2, and then you have the beginning of Core 1, and then Yuhabaha is just like, haha, psych, bitch. I wasn't fighting you at full power.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I remember now. You had me so confused when I was saying, like, oh, it's Ichibei, and you're like, no, not him. And I'm like, who the fuck else was it?
I'm trying to remember their names, man. Alright, I got nothing else.
Tony, do you have anything for your limited knowledge on the series?
I think the guy with the pompadour is the coolest of the Squad Zero characters. Because he's got a pompadour. Healing guy.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's your own opinion, but opinion's wrong.
I think it's called an opinion for a reason, because
the coolest Squad Zero member is without a doubt Oetsu Namaya.
no, that's not true at all. He's just obnoxious
Dude, Namaya is the best.
at being obnoxious.
That's me. His cadence and everything. And the fact that he's the creator of the Zanpakuto. #1 Zanpakuto creator. You really don't like Namaya?
No, I don't like the Maya. I think he's obnoxious.
Wow. What's your thoughts on Namaya, Taco?
I like him because he's obnoxious.
What about you, Cope?
On who?
Namaya.
Amaya?
Yeah, Oetsu Namaya.
My thoughts on him?
Yeah.
He's fucking nuts.
Do you like him or no?
Do I like him? Yeah, he's alright. Are we saying, like, who do we like the best out of Squad Zero?
Yeah.
Oh, if that's the case, it's Ichibe.
You like Ichibe the best?
Yeah.
I would say Ichibe, and then Nimaya, and then who's the healing guy?
Kojiro, I believe his name is.
No, I have it pulled up
Yeah,
here.
and then him.
He is Tenjiro Kirinji.
Tenjiro. My bad, I got it wrong. We ready to go into... Does anyone else have anything else they want to say about the 1,000-Year Blood War without spoiling Tony?
No, we're very limited.
We are very limited. Kisuke's funny. Alright, that's it.
Dog, you guys ain't ready for what Kisuke is about to bring to the table. Unless he brought it already, I'm not sure. I'm behind a couple episodes, so I don't know what's actually fully animated yet. So nothing else needs to be said? Yet, at least?
Nothing else but ratings for the rest of us, to be honest.
Alright. So, I gave it a 10. Tony, what is yours?
I rated a 9.5.
9.5. Taco.
9.8.
And Cope.
15.
That's not an acceptable one.
We'll make an exception.
1 through 10. 1 through 10.
It's gonna be a 10.
This comes out to a 9.85, which I believe is our highest. It is our highest ranked so far.
And well deserved.
Alright, so our overall, based off of all of these, so we had a 7.75, an 8.88, then we had a 3.25, then we had a 7.38, then a 5.5, then a 7.4, then a 7.75, then a 5.25, then a 7.38, then the 9.82, and that comes out to a 70.36.
Bleach gets a C.
It comes out to a 7.03. So quite literally, Bleach got a C.
That's going by American standards.
Well,
Bleach got a satisfactory.
barely. Yeah, so anyone else got anything else they want to say?
I personally have nothing.
They got a B in Japan for good.
A B for good.
Yeah, because A is excellent and S is excellent plus. Bro, oh my god, there's no way they actually give out S grades in Japan. That's fucking stupid.
You're joking right now.
There's no way they actually do.
Yeah, they get S tiers.
Shit, bro. No wonder why they like gotcha so much. They're trying to get their grades up. Trying to pull their fucking UR grades.
Jesus Christ. No One Piece reaction this week. I have yet to read last week's chapter, and I don't think there's a new chapter this week.
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up. Like, I read the last, I think.
I got
don't
one.
think
I think I have one chapter to read.
I don't know how many I have. I haven't checked in a bit.
Yeah, so
Don't stay up too late. Got work.
so no chapter this week. Then Saturday we will have the Elusive Samurai finally, and next week will be our season 4 premiere. So go get those votes in. All the votes are up. Get the votes in. I don't have anything else to say. You guys got anything else you want to add or say before we cut the stream?
No.
Are we still doing the slogan thing?
Well, we haven't come up with a new one yet.
Well, as always, stay humble, get rumble.